More so, excuse me, along the border where we're still seeing more of the snow move in across the area. I'm going to pull myself up on camera too. And that's where you're seeing, again, that snow kind of continue to dry out. It is still kind of more so a little bit heavier over toward Virginia too. And that's where we're kind of seeing it become a little bit more steady versus us here in the Piedmont Triad, mainly just seeing, these kind of snow showers continue to dry out across our area. We're still seeing temperatures in the low to mid 30s across the area. 34 currently in Greensboro, 35 in Burlington. Temperature is going to stay cold for the next several hours, and that includes into the upcoming afternoon. But most of that moisture right now has kind of moved east of our area, really over toward Raleigh. And I'm going to pause this right on where we are currently. This is where we're seeing the most kind of snowfall across the region currently right now. Over just east of our area, and Caswell is still kind of falling over toward Rockingham County, 33 right now in Reedsville, but maybe a couple of isolated showers, but for the most part, right now we're starting to see those snow showers dry out across the region. We do have a winter weather advisory that's going to be in place until tomorrow. That's going to be actually not 1 a.m. on Tuesday. That's actually going to be, well, that is true. We're going to be seeing that kind of a stay in place throughout the night tonight and into early tomorrow morning due to the fact that a lot of these surfaces will refreeze, and you want to make sure that you're taking it nice and slow while you're out on the roadways because it can be really, really slick in some spots. Greensboro right now, maybe a couple of flakes, but for the most part, we are drying out low to mid 30s across the area. Winds are out of the east-northeast around 15 miles per hour, continuing to bring in that Arctic air. Feels like temperatures are actually in the 20s across the area. And just out of curiosity, I do wonder what current feels like temperatures currently look like across the area. Wow. Yeah, because of those low dew points, how dry it is, and just with how cold it is with the snow coming down in a lot of spots, feels like we are in the low to mid 20s across the area. It feels like 24 in Greensboro, 26 in Reedsville, 27 in Stoneville. So right now, we're actually going to go to some of our sky cams and see what's all going on. We just went by Greensboro. Right now in High Point, low to mid 30s across the area. You can kind of see, if you look closely, there are a couple of flakes still continuing to come down, but mainly we're going to be drying out. Winston-Salem, I keep forgetting that it is down right now, but that will change here in the next couple of days as it normally does. Blowing Rock is blowing snow. I will say it is a winter wonderland all across portions of our mountains. It is a beautiful scene. Just look at the amount of snow here, just on that power line in view currently. Temperatures are right at around 30 degrees, and the snow is just going to keep coming down here all throughout the afternoon. Downtown Boone, very similar story. That UPS truck is starting to see that snow really pile up on the top. I'm sure once they get going, a lot of it will blow off, but wow. 31 degrees just below freezing. It is a cold one out there, and what a scene. This is King Street currently right now at 2:05 this afternoon. So really coming down for our mountains. If you're heading in that direction, make sure you are taking it nice and easy. The next few hours, we're going to see those temperatures go back into the 20s, especially into early tomorrow morning. Lower 20s by 9 p.m., upper 20s we currently have in the forecast. It is going to be a very cold next 24 hours. So go ahead and make sure you have the layers on, layered up through tonight, especially. Current conditions right now, low to mid 30s across the area, 34 in Greensboro, as well as in Winston-Salem, 35 in Burlington, 33 in Reedsville, as well as in Danville. So those temperatures are going to continue to drop despite the snow continuing to dry up here over the next couple of hours, really by around 3 o'clock or so. Again, isolated snow shower possible, but for the most part, we're going to start to dry up. 20s will greet us later on tonight. By really around 7 or 8 o'clock, we're already going to be back down into the 20s. And let me tell you why. This cold front that's been bringing in this cool air, as well as that moisture causing those snow flurries, is going to be moving out. That big H right there represents high pressure, and that's going to be funneling in cold air across the area as we step into the day tomorrow, especially into tomorrow morning, we're going to be seeing the effects of it back into the lower 20s. It is going to be a very, very cold start to the day. Still going to be cold by the afternoon. Highs could climb upper 30s to right at around 40 degrees at best. So certainly going to need the coat that's ahead of our next system into later this week. Futurecast, over the next couple of hours, we're starting to dry out and temperatures are going to plummet. You see those wind barbs, those arrows that are white indicate that the winds are coming in out of the north. That's going to continue into tonight and could have some wind gusts really up to around 25 miles per hour into this afternoon too. And I do wonder if we are seeing some of those wind gusts currently. I'm going to pull up that map just out of curiosity as well while I have you here. Some wind gusts, 25 miles per hour currently in Greensboro. Not anything substantial, anything over the top, but it is enough, again, to make it feel even colder out as it continues to usher in that colder air. I'll look at our futurecast for temperatures. Here's just one model's opinion on what temperatures could look like into early tomorrow morning. I want you to just take a second and look at what these temperatures could be at 8:30 tomorrow morning. This is just one model's opinion, but upper teens and lower 20s are going to be a safe bet, right at around 20 degrees for Greensboro, Winston-Salem, 22 in Asheboro, as well as in Lexington. Wow, very, very cold as we step into early tomorrow morning. Again, black ice is going to be the main threat. We still are seeing a couple of isolated snow showers as we speak across the Piedmont Triad, but for the most part, we are starting to dry out with the majority of it, as you can see on the map right here behind me. It is currently in the Raleigh area. We are still seeing a couple of those snow showers over in northern parts of the Piedmont, over in portions of Rockingham, as well as in Caswell and Stokes, and even portions here of Greensboro as temperatures kind of sit at or just above freezing, or just below freezing too, as well as over in Roxborough. And this will continue again, for those of you just that are now tuning in, this will continue for the next couple of hours before we really start to dry out. Any isolated snow showers, one or two over the next hour or two max, and that's when we're really going to see this move out, and we're going to be drying out, and we're also going to be cooling off immensely back into the 20s overnight for the night tonight. So our weather impact alert is going to cover from now all the way until early tomorrow morning, just to make sure you have that heads up of, hey, there could be some icy spots tomorrow morning. Any moisture or snow that is on sidewalks or roads is going to impact you if it refreezes on the roads tomorrow morning. So we'll be sure to keep you posted on that. Here's one last look at your 7-day forecast over the next few days. We'll see some changes. Tomorrow morning, though, it is going to be cold. Make sure you are bundled up. Lower 20s, could see some black ice, so be careful while you're out on the roadways. Lower 50s for Wednesday. That's going to feel like summer after today in the upper 20s and lower 30s. 40s will take us through the end of the week and also into the weekend.